What's up, Lions Nation? Welcome back to Lions News Fan Report, your home for all the breaking news, exclusive updates, and deep dive analysis on our beloved Detroit Lions. Today, I'm bringing you something that could completely reshape our defensive identity moving forward, and trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one because the implications are massive. Look, we've all been watching this season unfold with a mixture of excitement and concern. The offense has been absolutely electric, putting up points like we're playing Madden on rookie mode. But let's be real with each other for a second. Ever since Aiden Hutchinson went down with that devastating injury, something has been missing from our defensive front. We've seen flashes, we've seen guys step up, but we haven't seen that consistent, relentless pressure that elite defenses need to win championships in this league. The front office has been quiet, almost too quiet. While other contenders were making splashy moves at the trade deadline, Brad Holmes and company sat back, evaluated, and waited. Some fans were frustrated, some were confused. But I'm here to tell you that patience might be about to pay off in a way that nobody saw coming. Because what I'm about to share with you isn't just about filling a gap on the roster. This is about making a statement. This is about going all in on a championship window that is wide open right now. So here's what's happening behind the scenes and why the next few months could define the trajectory of this franchise for years to come. The Lions didn't make many blockbuster moves during the 2025 offseason or ahead of the early November trade deadline. But the franchise is positioning itself for a massive swing come next March. And when I say massive, I mean the kind of move that transforms a good team into a legitimate Super Bowl favorite. Making trades during the season is always tricky. You're giving up draft capital, you're taking on contracts, you're disrupting chemistry. But free agency? That's a different game entirely. That's where teams with vision, with resources, with a clear understanding of their championship window can make moves that change everything. And the Lions are in prime position to do exactly that. Now, before the trade deadline this year, there was a name circulating in NFL circles that made perfect sense for Detroit. A defensive end who has been one of the most productive pass rushers in the entire league over the past several seasons. A player who brings exactly what we need: relentless pressure, a deep arsenal of pass rush moves, and a proven track record of making game-changing plays when it matters most. That name is Trey Hendrickson. And before you say anything, before you bring up the concerns, before you mention the complications that kept a deal from happening in November, hear me out. Because the circumstances that made a trade difficult this fall might actually make a free agency signing next spring not just possible, but probable. Hendrickson will turn 31 next month, and yes, he missed a couple of games recently with a sports hernia. That injury probably killed any chance of a mid-season trade happening. But here's the thing, that same injury might actually work in our favor come March. Let me explain why. Hendrickson has been rated as the top free agent in the 2026 class by major analysts. Think about that for a second. The best available player on the entire market could be a perfect fit for what we need most. He's a relentless defender off the edge with a deep toolbox of counters and a knack for making plays late in the down. Last season he posted 17.5 sacks and 65 pressures, both league-high numbers. Those aren't just good stats. Those are elite, game-changing numbers. Imagine him lining up opposite Aiden Hutchinson when Hutch returns. Imagine offensive coordinators trying to game plan against that kind of pressure from both sides. You can't double-team both of them. You can't scheme around that level of talent. That's when quarterbacks start making mistakes. That's when turnovers happen. That's when championships are won. Now, let's talk money, because that's always the elephant in the room with these big-name free agents. Hendrickson won't be cheap. The top edge rushers in the league are making in the mid-$40 million range annually on long-term deals. But here's where it gets interesting. Because of his age and recent injury concerns, projections have his market value at around $23 million annually over a 2-year deal. The Bengals could potentially franchise tag him at around $36 million, which is steep, but that could also facilitate a sign-and-trade scenario. For the Lions, a deal in the $30 million annual range over 3 years would be phenomenal value. That's significantly less than what the absolute top-tier edge rushers are commanding, but you're still getting elite production. 7 pass rushers currently make at least $34 million per year, and Hendrickson could become the next one. But if we can get him at a discount because of the injury concerns and his age, that's the kind of savvy move that championship front offices make. Let me put this in perspective for you. The Lions currently rank 6th in the NFL with 31 sacks this season. That's impressive, especially considering we've been without our best pass rusher for a significant portion of the year. But here's the concerning part. 9.5 of those sacks have come from the linebacker position in our 4-3 base defense. That's not typical. That's not sustainable. Defenses that rely on blitz packages and linebacker sacks typically regress over time. What we need is consistent pressure from the defensive end position, the kind of pressure that doesn't require us to send extra bodies and leave our secondary vulnerable. Guys like Al-Quadin Muhammad have stepped up admirably. These veteran reserves have given us everything they've got, and I respect that immensely. But let's be honest with ourselves. Muhammad is a solid rotational player, not a game-changing edge presence. We need someone who offensive coordinators lose sleep over. We need someone who changes the entire calculus of how teams approach their game plan against us. Hendrickson is that guy. He's proven it year after year in Cincinnati. He's relentless. He doesn't take plays off. He has the technique, the strength, the speed, and the football IQ to win in multiple ways. Whether it's speed to power, whether it's counters inside, whether it's using his hands to disengage from tackles, he has every tool in the arsenal. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. The Lions only have about $5.9 million in projected salary cap space for 2026 as of right now. How are we going to afford a $30 million a year edge rusher? Well, that's where Brad Holmes and his front office team earn their money. Restructures, extensions, strategic cuts. There are multiple ways to create cap space when you have a clear target in mind. And make no mistake, if the Lions are serious about winning a Super Bowl in the next 2 to 3 years, edge rusher has to be the top priority in free agency. Think about the bigger picture here. We have concerns at the cornerback position. We're going to need to address that. But you know what makes cornerbacks better? Consistent quarterback pressure. When you're getting home in under 3 seconds, it doesn't matter as much if your corners are in perfect coverage. The quarterback doesn't have time to find the open man. The timing routes get disrupted. The whole offensive rhythm falls apart. This is the kind of move that elevates an entire defense. This is the kind of signing that sends a message to the rest of the NFC that the Detroit Lions aren't just happy to be competitive. We're here to dominate, we're here to win championships, and we're willing to make the bold moves necessary to get there. I'm optimistic about this, Lions Nation. I'm genuinely excited about the possibility, because this isn't some pipe dream. This is a realistic scenario based on contract situations, team needs, and market dynamics. Hendrickson will be available. We will have the ability to create cap space. The fit is perfect. All the pieces are there. So here's my question for you. Do you want to see the Lions go all in on Trey Hendrickson this offseason? Do you think he's the missing piece that takes this defense from good to elite? What other moves should Brad Holmes prioritize in free agency? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from every single one of you, because this is our team, this is our moment, and we're all in this together. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay ahead of all the latest Lions news, rumors, and analysis, make sure you're subscribed to Lions News Fan Report and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We're bringing you exclusive content, insider information, and the kind of deep analysis you won't find anywhere else. Like this video if you're excited about the possibility of Hendrickson in Honolulu Blue, and share it with every Lions fan you know. The offseason is going to be wild, folks. Stay locked in with us for every development, every rumor, every move as the Lions continue building a championship roster. Until next time, one pride, and let's go get that ring.